Hey, Max here, the Celeb Talk guy, and in today's video we have two separate reality TV dramas going on. One with 90 Day Fiancé and Usman and him doing an interview where he called out Lisa on several different things, and the other on Whitney Thor from My Big Fat Fabulous Life and how she is now living with Buddy during this quarantine. Let's not waste any more time and just jump right into this one. So, what did Dominic Natty actually ask Usman, aka Soulja Boy? It was pretty interesting. Number one, the first thing that Dominic Natty asked Usman was, how do you respond to all of Lisa's comments? Because Lisa did a live stream last weekend and she told this guy off for being a scammer and for using her and her kid and TLC and everyone else. She was clearly not very happy. Just from the get-go, Usman said, no, I was not scamming her, and if I was scamming her, wouldn't I have found a lady that actually has money? Which is just a slap across the face if you are Lisa. He then went on to say that Lisa only makes, and this is his words, that she only makes $1,000 a week, therefore $4,000 a month, and that if you live in the US and you only make $4,000 a month, you are basically poor and you don't have any money and you're not making any money. Which, when I heard that, my first instinct was, how much money is this guy making, number one, over in Nigeria, and number two, what does he plan on doing if he does ever come to America? Because $1,000 a week, in my mind, is a good amount of money. I mean, I don't know. That is like the average salary. Like, that is definitely way, way, way above poverty. I know hundreds, if not even more people that would absolutely love to make $1,000 a week, and they live in America, so I don't know what Usman is talking about by that not being that much money. I was actually kind of shocked that Lisa was making that much money because I don't think she's living in some like really expensive part of town in Pennsylvania, and $1,000 a week just seems like kind of a lot. Usman thought that that was a good valid point. If he was actually, you know, using Lisa, well, wouldn't he just use someone else that has way more money? And that is kind of valid. I certainly do think that he was using Lisa, I have no doubt. I just don't know why he picked her, because that is kind of a valid point that in his mind he could have got someone way more rich and just used her. Of course, Dominic Natty did go on to say, well, Usman, if $4,000 a month isn't that much money for you, what in the heck do you do, and are you working right now? What are you doing for a career right now? And Usman, of course, you know, went on to say that he has some this and he's that and he's working on all this stuff. Basically, he pretty much said nothing. He took a little page out of Ash's book and talked in circles and said absolutely nothing. He said he used to sell like clothes or something. He kept pointing at his shirt and then he would say like he, you know, brought it to Nigeria and he was selling it. Maybe that's true, but I do not buy it for a minute. He also said that he is like a movie producer or something. I never heard that once on the show. And then of course he said his music career, he makes so much money from his music career, which I do not think that is true. He is on Spotify. However, I'm on Spotify for my podcast, so anyone can go on Spotify, but I know for a fact you only get paid any bit of money from Spotify if you have like millions and millions and millions of downloads on Spotify. So if he has a couple 100,000, you know, listens on Spotify, it is just pennies. So he is not making any money from the music side on Spotify. Maybe he's getting some money from somewhere else with his music career, but if I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I doubt it. And then Dom Natty went on to ask him, okay, did you ever love Lisa? Did you ever want to have kids with her? Other, you know, romantic questions. And Usman pretty much just said no. So that was the interview. They don't like each other. Usman, he clearly used her. He used her. She kind of used him too. They don't mesh. They're annoying. The interview was kind of hilarious though, so I will put a link below if you guys want to check it out. But I could barely even hear Usman because his reception was so bad, and he just kind of mumbles and talks in circles about stuff that doesn't really make any sense. And by the end of the interview, he was actually getting mad at this Dom Natty guy, who seems like a really calm, level-headed guy, because Dom kept asking him, Well, did you ever love her? Okay, no, you never loved her. Was she sending you money? Well, it sounds like she very likely could have because Usman refused to answer it. It seemed like every question Usman refused to answer was kind of just, it was gonna look bad on him. Like he asked him, did Lisa ever send you money? And Usman refused to answer. Okay, so he probably did get some money from her. That doesn't make him look good, and he was dodging the question. The interview definitely does not make Usman look that good. He looks kind of like a snob because, you know, he called Lisa poor, but she makes $4,000 a month. That is certainly not poor in America. Just my thoughts. But comment below your thoughts on this whole situation. The $4,000 a month thing took me for a surprise to the point where I wanted to make this video. Now on to Whitney and Buddy and what is going on with that because she has released some more comments on her whole situation. Okay, we all know what happened. Whitney Thor from My Big Fat Fabulous Life, she was allegedly with Chase. I don't even want to say that. She was engaged to Chase. It was so stupid and fake. I'm just going to throw that out there. You can agree, you can disagree, I don't even care. It was completely fake. I am going to prop a picture of them right there, and I know I probably sound like a rude jerk, but I have multiple different reasons why I think it was completely categorically fake, but the first one is they just don't even look like a couple. When I was looking at pictures of them last night, I just kept thinking to myself, they don't look like a couple at all. So anyway, they were together, he cheated on her, and he got a girl pregnant. That is just what happened. I kind of sugarcoated it in my last video, but so let me rephrase. He cheated on her because I don't think that they were even really actually together. However, he cheated, he got a girl pregnant, they went separate ways, even though they weren't even really together. They went their own ways, and now it looks like Whitney is actually living with Buddy. It sounds like Buddy was there when she got the news that Chase did cheat on her, and he was, of course, supportive. He said he's been making them dinner. He's been watching movies with her every night and TV shows, and they're just having a grand old time. And it just makes me ponder and wonder, why the heck are they not together and at this point married? I have always watched this show. I know their romantic side got a little awkward when they have kissed in the past, the couple times that they have. It always did seem a little awkward, but I always kind of thought, God, they're best of friends, they seem to like each other, and maybe Whitney is just, I don't know, kind of putting on a show for the actual TV show just to stir up some drama, because it's like, why would they not like each other? But they're quarantining together right now. You know, Buddy at first was just getting Whitney and her mom groceries, he was helping out, but they weren't actually, you know, living together. Now, I guess just temporarily, they are actually quarantining together. So, will a relationship spark? You would only assume in a perfect world, yeah, a relationship would probably spark, because why wouldn't it spark? They have a ton of stuff in common and they seem to really love each other. You are more than welcome to comment your thoughts below. Well, hey, thank you guys all so much for watching. I was going to do some commentary on Outdaughtered, the show on TLC. Yeah, I watched the whole thing last night. It's just not that good of a show. I don't like it. The kids are cute. They, you know, they're a lovable family. I kind of actually like seeing them together. They do kind of fun, cute stuff together, but it's not like 90 Day Fiancé or even Smothered, which I am going to start covering once 90 Day Fiancé is done, because there's a little bit of an overlap with those two shows. And of course, I am going to start covering Marrying Millions and Married at First Sight when and if those shows ever do come back. So I would like to start covering other shows. I know I talk about 90 Day Fiancé a lot. I am a reality TV junkie. There just is not much going on right now, and the stuff with 90 Day Fiancé is extremely hot. Either way, make sure to like, make sure to comment. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on Usman, and if you watch My Big Fat Fabulous Life, comment on your thoughts on Whitney too, because I think it's kind of hilarious that she is now quarantining with Buddy. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for many more videos.